So this whole chat about 51st state is a little bit kind of offensive towards King Charles.
On the news that the King and Queen are to visit Canada.
Don't forget, he is their head of state. The King is going to be there to our main way of courting Donald Trump. Donald Trump doesn't seem to acknowledge that actually he is monarch of Canada.
King Charles just landed in Canada. And this is not just a royal visit. This is a statement, a bold, symbolic answer to Trump's claim that Canada is just America's 51st state. But is this royal homecoming a celebration or a warning shot across the border? Welcome to my channel where we cut through the noise to tell you what's really going on. First, let's be clear. This is not just another royal tour. King Charles is coming to Canada on May 26, 2025. The first time he is visiting as a king. The last time we saw him here was when he was still Prince of Wales. But now, he represents not just the monarchy, but an institution deeply tied to Canadian identity. In fact, he is technically Canada's head of state. The timing of this visit is powerful. Just a few months ago, Trump doubled down on his claim that Canada is basically America's backyard, the 51st state. He mocked Canada's dependence on US trade, its defense budget, and even called into question its independence on major global discussions. Now, here comes Charles, stepping in with quiet authority, reaffirming the Crown's historical connection with Canada. Whether intentional or not, this visit is being seen by many as a subtle diplomatic response to Trump's words. Let's take a step back. Royal visits have always been moments of symbolic power. Think of Queen Elizabeth's visit. They were never just for photo op. They were about affirming unity, reminding Canadians of their shared traditions, and strengthening diplomatic ties. When King Charles arrives, he's bringing that weight with him. But this time, he's not just visiting a country. He is visiting a nation caught between growing American influence and a struggling relationship with its monarchy. Let me explain. Support for the monarchy in Canada is at an all-time low. According to an Angus Reid poll in 2024, over 60% of Canadians wants to cut ties with the monarchy entirely. Their growing sentiment that Crown is outdated, irrelevant, and symbolic of colonial legacy. So why would Charles even come? Because this is not just a visit, it's a pitch to stay relevant, a pitch to remind Canada of its unique identity, and maybe, just maybe, a subtle challenge to those who see Canada as nothing more than America's shadow. Let's talk real for a second. Canada is in a strange place. We are dealing with a cost of living crisis, housing is out of control, the healthcare system is under immense pressure, and political trust is crumbling. Canadians are frustrated, not just with Trudeau, not just with inflation, but with the very identity of what it means to be Canadian. When Trump calls Canada the 51st state, it hits a nerve. Because for many, it feels like he's saying the quiet part out loud. We rely heavily on American culture, media, and even military protection. Our economy is deeply tied to the US. Over 75% of our exports go south. So, when King Charles steps onto Canadian soil, it's not just a handshake or a wave. It's a reminder that Canada is not just America light. It has its own traditions, history, and constitutional framework. Now, here is where it gets interesting. Charles is not coming here to make policy. He's not passing legislation. He's not even giving a massive speech. At least, not one we know of yet. But his presence alone sends a message. Canada is still a constitutional monarchy, with a link to a tradition that predates both Trump and Trudeau. And while many Canadians want to sever that tie, there is a strong argument that the monarchy provides a crucial layer of political neutrality and historical continuity, especially in times of political instability. Think about it. The monarchy does not take political sides. It reminds us that Canada is not a republic. It's a constitutional monarchy with checks and balances. It shows the world that Canada is not just following America's lead. So, when Trump makes bold, dismissive claims about Canada, this royal visit becomes even more powerful. It's not just ceremonial, it's symbolic warfare. Let's look at some numbers. According to a 2024 Ipsos poll, 47% of Canadians say they feel proud when the monarchy visits. 31% say they feel indifferent. 22% say they're annoyed or opposed. So, when it is true that the monarchy is controversial, there is still a strong base that sees value in that connection, especially in places like Atlantic Canada and rural Ontario. And when we talk about Canada's national identity, we cannot ignore how powerful symbols are. The crown, for all its flaws, is one of those symbols. Let's go back to Trump. When he called Canada the 51st state, it was not just another offhand remark. He said it multiple times. He referenced Canada's free ride on US military power, its weak NATO spending, and its total dependence on American economic policy. Here is a clip of what he said. Canada gets billions from us every year in trade. We protect them with our military and they still do not pay what they are supposed to. It's like having another state, only worse, the 51st state.
Because they should be the 51st state, really. It would make a great state, and the people of Canada like it. They'd pay lower taxes. They have virtually no military. They have a very small military. They pay less than 1%. They're about the lowest payer in NATO. They're supposed to pay much more. They haven't been paying.
For Canadians, this was not just insulting. It was a wake-up call. It sparked debates in Parliament, discussions on news panels, and outrage on social media. And now, King Charles is coming to walk the streets. Trump claims are basically American. Charles is walking into a complex situation. A country questioning its identity, a population split on whether to keep the monarchy, a geopolitical shadow cast by Trump. But his visit could mark a turning point. Whether or not Canadians support the monarchy, this visit puts Canada back in the spotlight, not as America's little brother, but as a sovereign nation with its own legacy, its own challenges, and its own future. And let's not forget, Charles may not say it directly, but his presence is a form of soft diplomacy, a quiet answer to a loud accusation. So, what comes next? Will Charles address Trump's comments publicly or indirectly? Will this visit reignite support for the monarchy or accelerate calls to abolish it? And most importantly, will Canadians see this visit as a proud moment or just another distraction? We will be watching this closely as events unfold in late May. You can bet this channel will break it down every step of the way. Now, it's your turn. What do you think? Is King Charles' visit a slap in the face to Trump's 51st state comment? Should Canada keep its ties to the monarchy? Or is it time we moved on completely? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I respond to everyone and I want to know where you stand. And if you found value in this video, please like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to stay updated on all things Canada. Because this is not just about the monarchy or Trump. This is about who we are as Canadians. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video.